Hey everyone, welcome to the B Stone Show. I am B Stone and we are here at one of the hottest tattoo parlors in Memphis. We are here at Fresh Ink, along here with the owner, Mr. Shine.
Hello.
Thanks for having us, Mr. Shine. How are you today?
I'm doing good, doing well.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm Shine. I'm a tattoo artist, as well as the owner of Fresh Ink. Tattoos is something I've been doing for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what made you get into becoming a tattoo artist along with other businesses that you have? Okay.
Art, for the most part, just art being a major part of my life, and getting tattoos alongside of creating art, it just meshed. It happened. It created itself, really.
Nice. Yeah. So how long have you been in the industry?
16 years. Wait, 2023 will be 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. So, what are the struggles that you've dealt with along the process of being an artist?
My first struggle, probably the most major obstacle, was getting my tattoo license. Here in the city, it's kind of hard at the time for a black male to find a reputable shop that would apprentice you to get your license. And apprenticeship is what it takes to get the license. So what you find yourself doing is getting in where you fit in. You pretty much go where you're accepted, which isn't always the best shop or where you ultimately want to be. So I would say that was the most difficult and probably the main and largest obstacle, was just getting my license and finding someone that would be honest and fair and do what they're supposed to do on their end.
Okay. Along with obstacles, since we are on the subject, before opening your business and having a storefront, such as this lovely one here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you already have clientele built up, or was that an obstacle in the beginning as well, along with competitors?
So this shop is fairly new. As of right now, maybe 3 years. Clientele was pretty decent. I say clientele was pretty decent by the time I made it here. But of course, along the lines, it did take time to just even, I would say, create a name or to be known as a tattoo artist that you could go to and he's gonna get the job done. He's gonna understand the assignment. Like, I think now, if you are into tattoos, you do your research, I would hope that I would come up. And that was always my goal. I never wanted to, I would say, be on the outside. Of course, everyone wants to be on the inside of the names that's gonna ring. I just wanted to be like one of those names. So I always did what it took, which was being consistent and studying my craft, making sure I had, the most up-to-date equipment, and being nice. I think a lot of artists, they look over that.
For sure. I definitely feel professionalism,
Absolutely,
great customer service, and then of course the great quality are essential within any type of art. Based on your time that you've spent building your brand, do you feel comfortable with where you're at?
Oh, wow.
Or where do you see yourself within the next 10 years?
Oh, I can't answer off the top of my head the 10 years, but I could off the bat tell you, no, I'm not comfortable where I am. I've just been in a place, especially lately, that it won't stop. Like, it's always room for growth. I'm always moving forward. Me being my only competition mindset, I'm never there. There's no finish line. I'm always going to push because if we're playing like a game, it won't end. It's an infinite game. It won't ever end. And because of that, there's no finish line. There's no, you get what I'm saying? I always have room for improvement. Yeah, and I think that'll be the only way, if I could say so, Fresh Ink will survive if I'm gone. If I was to die, like you said, 10 years from now, if I'm not here, Lord forbid, I know He forbids, but 10 years from now, if I'm no, but honestly, like you was telling me, being transparent.
Yes.
If 10 years from now, if I'm not here, I feel like that'll be the only way Fresh Ink will survive 100 years from now.
Nice. I love to hear it. So you feel with the foundation that you've set over the course of the years, the foundation is strong enough to last infinitely.
I feel like it is strong enough to last if like-minded people join the team to carry it on. I feel like it will last if they understand that you cannot get comfortable and that everything is based off of what you do now. Yeah, it'll last forever.
Okay.
Unless it becomes outlawed and now we have to go hide, like if it has to be one of those things that's against the law, like, there's different variables, but we're not thinking about that. Like,
Right.
just protecting the brand.
Right.
Yeah, it'll last forever.
Okay, nice. Well, congratulations on having one of the hottest tattoo parlors here in Memphis. We are downtown Memphis, so if you are visiting or if you're in the city, go ahead and stop by.
We're at 10 North 2nd Street, Memphis, Tennessee.
And then I know you also have other avenues, such as the Fresh Organic and Shine Jefferson. So
Right.
congrats to that. It seems like you're in many hats. You wear many hats. Now, as far as in you being a business owner, could you define the difference between a hustler and an entrepreneur?
So, yeah, an entrepreneur, I would say it goes someone who can work, right? Handle like the business, right? But they have to take risks. Like, you're not an entrepreneur if you don't take the risk. So like a lot of times, like, people like they want to be the boss, but they're not the ones taking the risk. You see, like when I decided to do tattoos, when I decided to open up Fresh Ink, like it was a decision that I took a risk on. So I would say when we're speaking on tattoos and they're hustling, I would say normally they're not taking a risk, and I feel very safe to say that because usually they're not going to be in a shop. Usually they're not going to be probably not even licensed to where they have to put their license on the line, which is another risk. You see, like, it's all about, to me, I would say risk. And it's nothing even wrong with that. I would just say where you are. Like, what you comfortable with, what works for you. Because you might be in school, or that might not even be something you want to do long term. So it's just your hustle for right now. Or it might be just something you were forced to pick up, whatever the case may be. I'm not downing it, just answering your question.
Okay. Along with the risk taking, you're gonna run into losses.
Yeah.
How do you handle the losses?
With a smile. like it's expected. No, honestly, it's expected. It's not something I shoot for. But it's expected. I feel like if you're not taking a loss, you're really not taking a risk. And guess what? Higher the risk, higher the reward.
Facts.
So you have to take those risks with knowing that, well, you go into it knowing it's going to work. But then if it don't, now, like I told you, sometimes you have to do some things to figure out what works. Now you kind of know how to rewrite that blueprint to get it to work, like, or whatever you're trying to achieve. Now you have something to kind of go off of. You have a little better notes now. So I would say you take it with a smile, depending on how big the loss is. But it's expected, I would say, because your goal should be high, unobtainably high, and then when you reach it, you're gonna reap the bigger reward.
What is your definition of a lazy hustler?
So if you just wait, like you feel like it's gonna come to you, you think it's gonna fall in your lap. I would say someone that they like all of the instant gratification, the glitz and the glamour or whatever, however that goes, and you aren't doing what's expected to get that. I would say like you're just doing, maybe you're just paying bills, you happy with that, you content. I used to think content was bad. Content really is just you are where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be content. Like I would get offended. Like you just content with what you got. Like no, I'm not. I want more. But if someone would tell, like you just content playing that video game. Yeah, I like Black Ops. Like it just depends on. That was a little off subject, but I think a lazy hustler is just someone who you think it's gonna come to you, and you're not necessarily going the extra mile to get that extra point.
I can definitely sense that because you don't have many repercussions with you not being, not necessarily a legal entity, but there's not really much room for you to take much serious because it's not your livelihood.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Do you feel that men tend to be more lazy when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Men more lazy than women.
Yes. Did I not say that?
No. I'm just asking.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that you phrased it everything right.
Do you feel that men tend to be more lazy than women in entrepreneurship?
Nah. I would say I've seen lazy women. I've seen lazy men. I've seen successful men. I've seen successful women.
So, entrepreneurship in women, especially African American women, it's increasing rapidly.
Okay.
So with those numbers increasing within the last 60 years, why do you think that's happening?
Okay. So, we're in a new age, and so many different variables, so many different things go to play that will cause the change. I would say the main thing would be like the availability of the man. We're talking black man, black woman. You said African American woman,
Men being
African
absent in the
American.
household.
Yeah, in so many different ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in a sense, do you feel that's forced women to be more independent with them being absent?
In a sense, yes. Mainly because the woman isn't known just no more to cook or clean. Like you can't even get upset like if she don't cook or clean. Just like you can't get upset if I don't open that door for you, the car door. I don't mind getting the house doors, store doors, but if I don't walk around and get the car door.
You don't cut the grass, those things of that nature.
Cut the grass. You still gotta cut the grass. You can't let your woman cut the grass, pump the gas.
Oh,
it's certain things. I mean,
I've been there and done that. They don't do it no more.
I cut grass.
You do?
I pump gas.
They, not you.
But I'm saying, but that's what you just did though. You say the black man don't do it no more.
I will be transparent. So I think the availability of having those services being provided, it's just more reasonable. It's more accessible. So everyone having, more busy lives and feeling like, okay, well, I don't have that much time to take time out to do this, or, it's just not really that common for maybe Gen X or Gen Zs, some millennials. But I would say baby boomers, they're big on utilizing their mechanical skills. So I know we've jumped all over the place with numerous topics.
I'm listening.
But with women becoming more independent, I feel that's still different from them becoming entrepreneurs. You can be independent and still work a 9 to 5, but where is that leap where women decide, oh, I want to be a boss?
Oh, my initial thought was they were forced to because of the absence of the man. It's more women available than men, and due to incarceration or just them being players and I want to settle down, like it's kind of forced them to. But then there also was my thinking independent, not so much entrepreneur. So it's kind of I don't know.
Those
I don't
are
have
two
an answer.
different. Yeah. So
To me, it's almost the same because I mean, in a sense, I don't know too many.
being independent and entrepreneur,
Well,
I'm sorry, I have to highly disagree, and I will elaborate. So, being independent, you can be independent. Let's say I'm a nurse. Let's say I make 72,000 a year.
yeah,
I probably won't need a man. I'm still considered independent, but
Correct.
that's way different from being an entrepreneur.
okay. So, would you consider yourself successful? Right.
Me personally, no.
This lady that's the what do you say nurse? This lady that's a nurse. You consider her successful?
My everyone's opinion as far as a success is different.
Okay,
So
you wiggled out of that one.
not necessarily because everyone, there's some people who settle for $7.25 an hour and feel like they're successful. I can't do that. So my definition is way different, and I don't feel like 72,000 is successful. I mean, hey, it's great. You can be comfortable, but no, that's not success for me. I feel success for me is to be able to leave generational wealth to my children and following, generations. So everyone's perception and opinion is different.
That's true.
So when choosing employees,
Oh wow.
we wrapping it up.
Okay.
So when choosing employee candidates that are women, would you rather choose a woman that is a mother or a woman who is not a mother?
Not a mother.
Why is that?
I feel like she have more time. I feel like she could focus more on her job. It won't be as many distractions, excuses, if I could say that, because of the child. I think I'd rather go childless.
Okay.
Being honest.
No, we all have our ways and opinions. So I was speaking with someone, and we had this conversation as well. They chose to employ mothers. Their reason being was because of their responsibility levels.
Okay.
They're able to multitask more. They have more responsibilities. They're more reliable. So in your sense, I understand where you reference to being more free and available. But who's to say that person didn't come home drunk from the club 2 hours ago and, they're in your shop and,
So
just messing up.
So who's to say that the mother won't do the same? I know mothers that drink and get drunk too. So now she's got the drinking problem and she has to get her child to school and help him with the homework and take him to practice. Like, that's not a winning factor for me because I know more drunk moms than single moms. No, but
I didn't mean to laugh like that. But hold on.
But for real, I would always say only because like the responsibilities, like you said, she's gonna be more responsible. Yeah, and she's gonna pick that child every time. If she has to leave to go to school because he's sick, or the child 22, she still got some obligation still.
Right.
Yeah, I would definitely say childless.
Childless. Okay.
And you this isn't a job where you can bring your child to work. Just in here, like in a tattoo shop, I don't think this is the environment for a child. So it'd be best like if that wasn't even a situation that I would want to create.
Right.
Yep.
Different strokes for different folks, as they say, and then of course it doesn't apply for everyone. So everyone's blueprint is not meant to be the same. So do you feel like the peak seasons of business weans lazy hustlers from determined business owners?
You saying as far as like them surviving?
Yes. Like because you have some business owners who they hit that wall and they're like, I don't know what to do,
right.
Or they can't find a solution, so they're like, okay, I'm done. They walk away.
And that would be the hustler though.
That is correct.
So I would say, yeah, because usually, and correct me if I'm wrong, or like you say, you can agree to disagree or whatever, but usually the hustler, that's gonna be seasonal anyway. If it doesn't instantly work for them, they're gonna move on to the next biggest thing. Like, let's say if popcorn pop in 2022, popsicles 2023, they gonna probably be selling popsicles 2023. Like they would never be, I would say, a long-term threat because
the market's always fluctuating.
not only that, but it takes time. Like it really takes time, like to build something. I would say of a certain magnitude. That shit is not gonna happen overnight, and I think you easily be discouraged if you see what I pull up in, and then 4 years from now you can't pull up in that. But you don't know. You know, it took me a decade like to build for my phone to ring like this. Like your phone ain't ringing like this in 6 months. But then you see Johnny Boy, he doing this over here. Then you gonna instantly go over there because you always chasing. Like you always I don't know.
People always follow the hype.
I shouldn't have said that.
You fine.
I just feel like it'll never, because it take time, like to do. You gotta build it. I feel like you have to snowball in order for it to get something worth like solid.
When you reference the snowball, some of our audience may not know that terminology. What is snowballing?
I just made that up. But basically what I mean is you gonna let's say you got one client, you do that one client, and then their cousin be like, oh, I like that. Now you got 2 clients, right? And then this same person walking in the grocery store, you know, now you got 4, 8, 16, 32.
I'm still trying to figure out how you label that snowballing.
Because it's snowballing. It's snowballing.
It's building.
It's building. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's a snowball. It's like a snowball effect. And so that takes time. That's why I was like, his phone ain't gonna ring like mine. Like not being cocky, but like I told you, it's 17 years.
Yeah.
My name's you supposed to know my name. Like if you ask somebody about tattoo, ask them top 5, I'm offended if I'm not in the top 2. Like but that's how serious I take my craft though.
And I'm sorry to intervene, but I had someone call today, and I told them I was doing an interview, and they're like, "Who?" And I said, "It's a tattoo parlor downtown." They said, "Okay, what's the name of it?" Fresh Ink. Is that Shine?
I'd be offended. Like,
you got it.
Can I? It might sound cocky, but I have been doing this for a while now, and I like to think I do good work. I get told all the time. So. But art being as subjective as it is, I also don't get offended if you don't like my work, because I don't like everybody's work. So I'm okay. I just feel like at least bring my name up. You can say it's trash. You can say it's good. You gotta say my name though. And keep all that in there, like the rappers be saying. Keep all that in there.
Now they did say that your work was phenomenal.
Thank you. Tell them I said thank you.
Yes, sir. So
no, for real. Tell them for real. Tell them I said thank you.
I got you. You got my word. So that will conclude our interview. Thanks so much for having us and being, of course,
appreciate it.
Yes, sir, a part of the B Stone Show. Hopefully, in the future, you know, we can connect and see how you prosper.
Absolutely.
You know, because you seem to continuously grow. So. You know, blessings to you, and I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.